Imagine standing in front of your closet, surrounded by clothes you once loved but no longer wear. Not because they don't fit, but because somewhere along the way someone said, "That's not in style anymore." You hesitate in front of that bold leopard print jacket you used to rock. You second-guess pairing your gold earrings with your favorite silver ring. And you avoid white jeans like the plague after Labor Day. But what if I told you, those rules? They're outdated. They were made to be broken. And in 2025, real style is about rewriting the rules in your own voice. Cut to fast-paced montage. A woman confidently struts in mixed prints, a guy layering bold textures, a non-binary teen styling old pieces in fresh, fearless ways. Welcome to Style Rules to Break in 2025, where we're not just busting myths. We're transforming how you see your wardrobe, and more importantly, how you see yourself. Let's start with one of the biggest myths of all. You can't mix prints. You've heard it. Maybe you've believed it. Maybe you've walked away from a mirror thinking, this is too much. But look around. Fashion is a playground now, not a prison. In 2025, prints are less about matching and more about movement, energy, and expression. Visualize this. A striped button-down shirt layered under a floral slip dress. Sounds like chaos. Watch how the look comes alive with a simple neutral belt to anchor the combo. The stripes give structure, the florals soften. It's not a clash, it's a conversation. And remember Dana, one of our favorite subscribers from Manchester? She used to stick strictly to solids until we challenged her to layer polka dots with paisley for her work presentation. The result? She looked confident, current. And yes, she landed the promotion. Let's talk about another old rule. No white after Labor Day. This one's so deeply embedded it feels like a sacred commandment. But let's break it right now. With a stunning visual of a woman in a snowy white wool coat, strolling through a crisp fall park. Her boots are chestnut brown, her scarf is forest green, and that coat? It glows. White in autumn and winter is not only acceptable, it's powerful. Here's the trick. Focus on textures. Swap your lightweight summer whites for richer fabrics like fleece, wool, or thick cotton. Layer with deeper tones. You don't have to put your whites away. You just have to season them. Now let's tackle a myth that seems small but speaks volumes. Never mix gold and silver. Raise your hand if you've ever removed a pair of earrings because your belt buckle didn't match. I get it. We've been taught that metals must match, or it looks messy. But in 2025, mixed metals are the moment. It's not about chaos, it's about contrast. Gold adds warmth. Silver brings cool elegance. Together, they balance each other. Try a chunky silver watch with a dainty gold ring stack, or a mixed chain necklace that combines both. These are not mistakes, they're statements. Even major designers are doing it. In recent London and New York shows, you saw models rocking layered metallics, ear cuffs, nose rings, ankle chains, no matchy-matchy in sight. And what's more, it tells the world you're bold, unconcerned with perfection, and completely in charge of your look. So, what's the takeaway from this first part? Your style should serve you, not some outdated fashion handbook. If a rule makes you second-guess your creativity, your joy, your identity, it's time to throw it out. These rules we just debunked. They're history. And you, my friend, are just getting started. In the next section, we'll go deeper. We'll talk about age myths, body type restrictions, and the idea that trends are only for certain people. Spoiler alert, they're not. Because your style isn't about approval. It's about expression. And expression doesn't follow rules. It writes them. See you in the next part. Remember how we said style isn't about approval? Let's dive into why that's especially true when it comes to some of the most damaging fashion myths. Myths tied to age, body shape, and trend eligibility. Let's start with a rule that's quietly haunted countless people. You're too old to wear that. It's 2025. And age. Age is not a fashion limitation. It's a style superpower. Meet Susan, 63, from Brooklyn. After raising 4 kids and retiring from her 30-year nursing career, she decided to rediscover herself and her closet. She always admired edgy fashion, but never felt she had permission. One day, she put on faux leather leggings, a graphic tee, and a moto jacket. "I've never felt more like myself," she told us. And when she walked into that cafe in Soho, she didn't just turn heads. She owned the room. Why does this myth exist? Because society has long told women, especially women, to become invisible after a certain age. But your style doesn't expire. It evolves. It deepens. It gets bolder if you let it. Want to rock a crop top at 50? Do it, with a high-waisted pant and confidence. Want to wear neon pink at 60? You'll look electric. Style isn't about looking younger. It's about looking like you, wherever you are in life. Next up, the body shape box. We've all heard it. That cut isn't for your body type. Let's unbox that nonsense. Because fashion shouldn't be about fixing your body. It should be about celebrating it. Let's talk about Rachel. She's 5 feet 2 inches and curvy, and for years avoided midi skirts because they shortened her frame. But one day, she tried one with vertical stripes, added a tucked-in blouse and heeled boots. Suddenly, the myth melted. She looked and felt amazing. The real secret? It's not the rule, it's the styling. Proportions, colors, layering, posture. They matter more than any so-called shape category. If you're tall and told not to wear heels, wear them anyway. If you're plus-sized and told to avoid bold prints, rock that cheetah dress. If you're petite and told to stay away from oversized blazers, pair it with skinny jeans and watch the magic happen. Because the only thing you need to wear something confidently is the decision that you can. And finally, the myth that trends are for a certain kind of person. You know, the idea that some looks are reserved for fashion bloggers, 20-somethings, or people with a certain aesthetic. But in reality, trends are tools. They're suggestions. You don't have to be Gen Z to try wide-leg jeans. You don't need a Pinterest-perfect apartment to wear a coquette-style blouse. Let's take a trend that's hot in 2025, utility core. Think cargo pants, buckle belts, tactical vests. The media will show you one type of model in this look. But we featured Lien, a 45-year-old art teacher from Leeds, who styled her utility vest over a flowy dress with combat boots and layered necklaces. The look, iconic, because it wasn't a copy, it was a remix. Another trend getting buzz this year, sheer layering. Often reserved for red carpets and high fashion, right? But watch Chloe, a stay-at-home mom of 3, style a sheer turtleneck under a denim jumpsuit with sneakers. Suddenly it's functional, flattering, and totally fresh. Style isn't about fitting in, it's about standing out. Here's the truth. Fashion is not a gated community. No trend is off limits. No cut, color, or aesthetic belongs to just one age, body, or background. You are not waiting for permission. You already have it. So let's recap. Asterisk, there is no age limit on self-expression. Asterisk, your body is not a style obstacle. Asterisk, trends are not exclusive clubs. They're invitations. Invitations to play, explore, and evolve. Coming up in our final section, we'll bust the biggest myth of all, the idea that fashion is superficial. We'll explore how style changes lives, shapes confidence, and becomes a language of self-love. Because it's not just about clothes, it's about courage. See you in the final chapter. Let's talk about the most persistent myth of all, the one that whispers in the background of every fashion decision. Style is shallow. It's just fabric. It's just trends. It's just vanity. No, it's not. Style is storytelling. When a woman wears her grandmother's scarf knotted around her wrist, that's history. When a man slips into a suit after months of struggling with depression, that's healing. When a teenager experiments with colors that finally feel like them, that's identity. Style isn't shallow. It's one of the deepest, most visible forms of self-expression we have. Let me introduce you to Jamal. He's a graphic designer from Birmingham. For most of his 20s, he dressed to disappear. Black hoodies, plain jeans, no logos, no flair. He was talented, quiet, but never felt seen. Until one weekend, on a dare, he bought a mustard yellow corduroy jacket. He almost didn't wear it. But when he did, something shifted. People looked at him differently. More importantly, he looked at himself differently. That jacket wasn't just a piece of clothing. It was the beginning of his voice. Or consider Priya, a marketing executive from Los Angeles. She grew up being told that her curves were something to hide. No tight skirts. No bold colors. Just blend in. But in her mid-30s, she started experimenting with bodycon dresses, high-waisted pants, crop tops. She reclaimed her silhouette. Her wardrobe changed, and so did her posture. Her smile. Her presence in every room she walked into. Because when you change how you dress, you often change how you see yourself. And how others treat you. This isn't vanity, it's visibility. Fashion can be armor. Fashion can be a bridge. Fashion can be a rebellion. Think of moments in history. the suffragettes in white dresses and sashes, Black Panthers in leather jackets and berets, queer communities redefining the runway with drag and androgyny. Style has always been political, emotional, cultural. You are not just getting dressed. You're crafting a message. And in 2025, the message is clear. Break the rules. Wear the prints. Mix the metals. Defy the age labels. Push past the trends. Reject the boxes. Use style as your megaphone. You don't have to follow the fashion industry. You can lead it. So where do we go from here? Start simple. Pick one rule you've always followed out of fear, not preference. Maybe it's never wearing sleeveless, or never trying statement jewelry, or always playing it safe with black. Now break it, gently, boldly, however you choose. But break it, then watch what happens. You may feel nervous. You may feel exposed. But you will feel something. And in that feeling, there's power. Because this isn't about perfection. It's about permission. You deserve to take up space in your clothes. You deserve to see yourself reflected in what you wear. You deserve to feel like the main character. Because you are. So here's your final takeaway. Style isn't about trends. It's not about age. It's not about rules. It's about freedom. And in 2025, the most stylish thing you can wear is your truth. Thank you for watching. If this video made you rethink even one fashion rule, share it with a friend who needs to hear this. And remember, you're not here to fit in. You're here to stand out. Subscribe for more transformations, and let's rewrite fashion together.